Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest? Catches bullets with his teeth. I got the style and profile like never before.
Yo, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Yo, turn my headphones up. Happy Black History Month to everybody who gives a care. Oh man, happy Black History Month. I know everybody don't celebrate it. I know everybody don't always see the need for it. But there's an old saying, if you don't know where you came from, man, you don't really know where you're going. Because you could be making the same mistake over and over again, but if there was nobody around to tell you that you made the mistake, how would you know? Yo, shout out to that chick, yo, first in the building. Followed closely by Toronto Riggins. What's up, sisters? How y'all doing? D-Rob, my guy, back in the building. Oh, see, D-Rob, they say you got a case of that cat heifer spray. Back up. What up, boo? Brick by brick in the building. What's good, my brother? What up, sis? Monique. Craig G, I see you out there, my guy. How y'all feeling this morning? That chick yell says, I celebrate it year round. Year round with the Black history. Well, welcome to Morning Motivation, where we are building community, expanding our thoughts, and getting our day started on the right foot. I am your host, Jamon, and it is a pleasure to be here with you, celebrating another day of life, another Black History Month. And I also want to say, I'm excited, man, because y'all saw the title, From ASHY to Classy. ASHY to Classy. I first heard that line put together in the Sky's the Limit song by Big. Sky is the limit, you know that song, Sky is the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. Yeah, man. Just sewing gators on my shirt. You want to see the inside? I see you later. But in the spirit of Black History Month, there's so many things you could highlight, so many great accomplishments that we've had as a people. ASHY the classic. I like that too. But did I put that? Oh no, I thought I put ASHY the classic. Let me see. I gotta check myself around D-Rob. Oh yeah, I did. I put from ASHY to classic. All right, just checking. D-Rob, slide one on you real quick. Pause. Oh man. Okay. So I think as an adult, I didn't really appreciate Black History Month as a child. Now you hear about all these Black inventions and all these great things that we did, once upon a time. But I never really saw what was the benefit of it? I never saw a lot of Rockefeller-type Black families, or it wasn't even, where I'm from, it wasn't even really in the prominent Black communities. We didn't have a Black Wall Street area in my city. So all we saw was the well-to-do communities, and then we saw the poor communities, and then we saw a bunch of communities in the middle, but none of them really stood out except for the well-to-do community, of course. And growing up with this skin, you know, this skin, this melanated skin, it get a little dry sometime. So we got to apply a little lotion, a little moisture to it to keep it from being ashy. That's generally how it goes. But Carter G. Woodson was probably one of my go-to when I think about famous black people who tried to make a difference in our culture, in our community. And Carter G. Woodson, he had a saying, and I actually use it in this show, I think very early on. It says that philosophers have long conceded, however, that every man has two educators, that which is given to him, and the other, that which he gives himself. One of the two kinds, the latter is by far the more desirable. Indeed, all that is most worthy in a man, he must work out and conquer for himself. Is it that which constitutes or real and best nourishment? What we are merely taught seldom nourishes the mind like that which we teach ourselves. Basically, what he's saying there is, there's the best education is the self-education. The best education is the self-education, which is why we celebrate the celebrities that we celebrate, which is why we celebrate black excellence, black girl rock, however you want to quantify the things that we celebrate. We do it because people have gone out and dared to do something different, whether it was entertainment, whether it was sport. They didn't just sit back and just lean on the lessons that was taught to them. Can anybody share or tell me why that is? Why is it better to learn your own lesson than to get it from somebody else exclusively? Not saying you shouldn't learn from other people. That is far from what I'm saying. But why is that self-education the best education? Can anybody think about that? And while I'm thinking about it, while we coming in your door, why are you thinking about that? Go ahead and get the likes up real quick. Since we just coming into the door, if you didn't hit the like button yet, go ahead and hit it right now. That's the Black History Month tribute. Tap that like button. Or the dislike button. Just tap it. That's the cost of entry. But why is the self-education better than the other education? Does anybody have a clue? Positive self-talk says you appreciate it more. That is correct. You appreciate it more. We call it bought sense. Something that you bought and paid for. It tends to last a little bit longer. You earn that lesson. It sticks to you longer. And so when you are in the space of, think about it this way. When you're in public education or private education, but you're still in your K through 12 years, you're being taught about the world, history, life, a lot of things. And you don't really appreciate it because it's kind of been the norm. What's up, sis? What's up, Kay? It's been the norm. But once you leave your parents' house, once you go out into the world, you begin to see and learn different lessons. And these lessons are the ones that will determine your success in life, your happiness in life, and also the legacy that you leave behind. You see, that first education, that's just your primary school. You're learning your alphabet. You're learning how to read. You're learning how to function in the world. But once you get off in that world, it's another whole lesson that needs to be learned. So shout out to Carter G. Woodson. I'm probably going to reference a couple more of his quotes today from one of my favorite books, The Miseducation of the Negro. Monique says, you learn more and you can reference what you learn. Facts. Not only that, it's not hearsay. You get to experience it. Facts. Big facts. Big facts. Very big facts. When I think about just my journey, the things that I've had to endure, it takes me to a space where we've talked about confidence for the last probably 4 or 5 days. And yesterday we wrapped up with a list of things that you can do to be confident, those 10 steps. And so what's next? Toronto Rican says, it's better to invest in yourself first. Yeah. But the world doesn't teach us that most times. Our family, wait. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. Blackskin is back in the building, y'all. Y'all say, welcome back, Blackskin. What's really happening? Brick by brick. Welcome back, brick by brick. Happy to see y'all back in the building. But yeah, so one of the things, like once you build your confidence up, once you do the hard work to look in the mirror and see this other person that you've always imagined, this confident person. Now, whether that was you having to go get some support, get in another group, get some new clothing, get some more education, whatever it took for you, get physically fit to start building that confidence. What happens after you build the confidence? What do you do next? What are the next steps? Because we're talking about confidence is only one piece to a larger puzzle. And that's what we've been talking about for the last couple of months now. Building the inner person so we can have that success, so we can have sustained success and not have to be popping for a few months. You have some good fruit, you eat the fruit, but you didn't keep watering the root. So now the whole tree dries up and then you got to plant a whole new tree. We're not trying to do that, right? Yeah, we're trying to invest a bunch of money like we do the stock, right? You put your seed, your root into this market. You let it grow and you live off the fruit, but the market should keep going. The fruit should keep returning every season, right? That's what we want to have in life. So how do we go from ashy to classy? What are some of the first things that we really need to do? Because confidence, no doubt, you got to be confident when you step out into these streets, because people respect confidence. When you walk in the door and you are who you say you are, you will distinguish yourself from about 70% of the people in the room, because most people are pretending. Most people are still trying to fake it until you make it. So what's going to separate you from the person that's faking it until they're making it? Well, the first thing is you got to set some clear goals. You have to set some clear goals. You have to know why you're there. Why are you in this space short term? What do you want to get from it long term? And I think they call them, what's it? Smart? Is it SMART goals? Yeah. They call it SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable. What's the R? Relevant. Yeah, relevant and time sensitive, I think, was the last one. Yeah, time. SMART goals. You want to set goals along with those acronyms. Toronto Rican says we have to have the mindset first. Yes. You have to understand that first off, you are more than capable. You are worthy to be on the same level as most people. You are worthy. You are capable. But most people don't see themselves because of where they came from. You came from a very ashy background. You come from an ashy background. Now, I don't walk around I've never tried to play like the tough guy. But I'm not afraid either. Because like I said, I didn't grow up in the projects, right? I grew up across the street from the projects. So I got a chance to see that a lot of people in the projects were just putting on. They were just putting on. And they were surrounded by everybody that was just putting on, which is why I hate the term fake it till you make it. Y'all live in the same project, but everybody walking around in some Jordans and some Gucci belts. I mean, I guess you can do that if you ain't paying rent. You know, if your rent's $25 a month, you might can afford it. So, you know, maybe it ain't fake it. Maybe they actually do got it, but priorities are just a little wrong. I don't know. Said Mr. Brown ashy. Mr. Brown definitely ashy, but he just played on TV. Why? Because people like that. People like to laugh. So he's found his pocket. But when you see David Mann outside of Mr. Brown, oh, he moisturized. Oh, David Mann is moisturized. Mr. Brown is ashy for show. Mr. Brown is ashy for show. Priorities all jacked up, man. But that's the thing. Being ashy is not just a skin thing. It's also a mentality. It's also a mentality. In our community, we've had a lot of devastation and hurt and harm placed in the black community. Some of it was inflicted upon us. Some of it is self-inflicted. But it doesn't change the fact that, and be clear, you're right. It don't change the fact that we still experience a lot of trauma. There's a lot of distrust or mistrust. There's a lot of disparities. There's a lot of just misinformation out there. Just a lot of misinformation out there. Our culture has been co-opted. Our culture has been corrupted by numerous parties. And so, in large, our community is ashy. It's ashy. And this is when I will go back to Carter G. Woodson. And he wrote the book, The Miseducation of the Negro. This is probably back in the 40s, 50s. I'm not sure the exact time frame. But he saw this at a time when slavery is now over. Jim Crow is in full swing. And so there's still a lot of slave trading behavior that's happening. There's a lot of people been put on plantations under the term of sharecropping. There's a lot of people, you don't look up when you see a white person, you don't look them in the eyes. I mean, there's a lot of training that's happening behind the scenes. Culturally, it become the norm. And my all-time favorite quote, and it's the one that when I first started writing my book, it really made me lock into it. It says, if you can control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his action. I'm going to say it again. If you can control a man's thinking, you don't have to worry about his action. Because when you determine what a man shall think, you do not have to concern yourself about what he will do. If you make a man feel that he is inferior, you do not have to compel him to accept an inferior status, for he will seek it himself. If you make a man think he is justly an outcast, you do not have to order him to the back door. He will go without being told, and if there is no back door, his very nature will demand one. If there is no back door, his very nature will demand one. Because you got this. And if, to be honest with you, that's what slavery was all about. That's what it was about. Controlling this so you can get these for free. So you can get labor for free, work for free. Officially slavery ended many years ago, but in a capitalistic society, most of us are slaves. Because the company says, you know what? Hey, we're going to pay you this amount of money. Now, we know it takes this amount of money to live, but we're going to give you this and hope you figure it out. And we're going to give you these tasks to do. And we're going to get rid of the race. We're going to get rid of the color. my people aren't just black people anymore. My people aren't just white people. My people are people that think like me. And if you think like me, you can have what I have. But if you still thinking ASHY, if you still thinking like you got to rob Peter to pay Paul is cool, if you still thinking that I'm not supposed to trust this person or that person, or you can't trust people that with their skin color because they're ashy, because they're aggressive, because they're loud. Oh, I can't trust them. If you still have those thoughts, that's an ASHY mindset. And with an ASHY mindset, you get the fruit of that. You get the fruit of it. And the sad part is information all around us, but nobody is talking about it. Because celebrity gossip is popping. People want to be entertained. Because it takes work to change a mindset. It takes work to go from ASHY to classy, which is why people enjoy being entertained. Which is why the debauchery that we see on TV is the most popular. Because I can look down at them and say, you know what? No matter what I got going on, it ain't that bad though. Oh, I would never do that. Oh man, them people crazy, man. It's funny, and I feel better about my situation because I'm not experiencing that. And if I am experiencing it, I can relate to it, so it's even more funny because that just happened yesterday around the block. But content like this is not for the faint of heart. Because everybody ain't trying to truly win. They want to look like they're winning, but most people don't truly want to win. They want the trappings of winning, but they don't want the work it takes to be a winner. I'm going to get off my soapbox. My bad, y'all. Monique said, that's why we are here to help. It's just a better way. I apologize, Monique. She dropping it. Without judgment. We have to show compassion and meet people where they are at, reaching back to help guide them. Facts. Facts. Let me see, did I miss one? Toronto Rican says, and it would hurt my heart when I would see young ladies, Section 8, wearing lace, nails? Oh, wearing lace fronts and having their nails done. Kids looking dirty and not being taken care of. Some of them only had to pay $60 and wouldn't pay that. Facts. Their rent be $60, their light bill be $10. And they do $1,000 for braids a week. Same with males. They are afraid of asking for help because that male figure wasn't around and the streets may have raised them. Okay, so all facts. But that's what Carter G. Woodson was saying in the book, The Miseducation of the Negro. If you can control a person's thinking, whether male, female, black, white, if you control how they think, you don't have to worry about them because now they are predictable. Remember that first programming, the programming you get from your parents? That's when it starts. If you can control a person's thought at that young of an age, when they get 17, 18, 19, you ain't got to worry about it. You know what they're going to do already. You just got to keep putting the carrot on the stick and hanging it over their head, and they'll just keep chasing like that donkey chasing that carrot. Just keep putting it out there. Keep the music what the music is. Keep the culture. Keep the rhymes the way it is. And so now these 4-year little girls that's in ballet class singing hands on your knees, hands on your knees. You already know what they're going to do when they turn 13 because you're teaching them now. In the Bible, it says, raise a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he won't depart from it. Same thing. Same thing. And I believe now as a people, but you have to be taught to be teachable. But you're right, Blackskin. Hey, you got to be teachable, but most people don't even know what that means. Most people don't even know what that means to be teachable. The spirit has to be willing, but so does the flesh. And if there is no discipline, if there is no nurturing, if there's not a loving foundation, it's going to be hard to get anything through the ether, because there's so many distractions. There's so much confusion that's happening all around. And now we're in the age of social media. D-Rob said hands on your knees is crazy, right? I mean, I've seen birthday parties. I've seen 2 separate birthday parties. One birthday party was a little girl birthday party, and I guess it was a Sukiyana themed birthday party, and the little girl had the little microphone, and she was rapping the Sukiyana lyrics, and the other little girls that were just dancing and twerking, and they were like 5, 6. Then I just saw another one where it was 2 little boys. I'm not sure if it was both of their birthday parties or it was just one and the other one's his hype man. But these kids were saying 4, 5, 6 years old, and they got like fake money, or they got real money. They throwing real money, and they got fake guns, and they had this little birthday party, and they just, because this is what they see, and it's sad. It's sad, but posts like that, they have millions of views. And it's probably 50-50. Some people are saying comments like, this is a damn shame. And other ones are like, man, let them little kids rock, man. They just kids, just a party, man. All right, I ain't gonna even repeat that one. But I feel you, D-Rob. I do feel you, my guy. And so this is why it's imperative for us, to those who know better, to start being more intentional about our messaging, what we're putting out there, how we working with each other, what we're doing in our communities. It is imperative that we start setting standards, and no one person can do it. Dr. King couldn't do it by himself. Malcolm X couldn't do it by himself. The way they're trying to change the culture, because many people don't want to change because somebody's always benefiting off of the dysfunction. And so grassroots efforts always grow, and they always change things. That's why I do the work in families that I do. If I can help one father become a better father, if I can help one mother become a better mother, if I can help one father and one mother keep a family together and raise great children or balanced children, well, guess what you do? You attract and you influence what you are. And now it's pockets of everybody. Their pockets get wider and wider. And before long, the culture is being shifted right under everybody's feet, and nobody even saw it coming. But when you're out there making a lot of noise, attracting attention to yourself, it can help with the attention. But if you're not rooted firmly, it's not gonna last, because people are going to be sent to tear it apart. And now I'm not talking about no conspiracy theory stuff. I'm talking about the people that's bitter and that's jaded, who lost something and their heart are hurting and they haven't healed. And some people just don't want to see movement succeed for whatever reason. I'm not talking no conspiracy theory out there. No, I'm not. I do believe there are some conspiracies out there, but I think people, we are our biggest asset, but also our worst enemies. Self-hate is an amazing thing. Wait a minute. Wait, I've never heard that before. That chick yo says, empty wagon making a lot of noise. I've never heard that said before. Yo, I've heard squeaky wheel gets the oil. Let me find out that chick yo is like Nietzsche out this piece. Empty wagon, make lots of noise. Oh man, Monique says it be our own people sometimes. Most of the time, yeah. Most of the time. That's where the whole mentality of crabs in a barrel comes from. That's where the mentality comes from. I want to see you grow. I want to see you shine, but I don't want to see you grow and shine more than me. So I'm gonna hang on to you, and if you can't pull me up, I'm pulling you back. That's what it is. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. And unfortunately, we don't have enough people who have made it that in on a large scale are able to eat or conscious enough to even give back, because even when they try, their experiences are negative, because you can't make a person be something they don't want to be. You can't help people that don't want to be helped. And you can't make a person change until they want to change. So the slow road is the nonprofit work, sowing seeds. We're all seed sowers. We're all seed sowers. So we all can win. She has an old soul. Said we all can win. Brick said, why were they in the barrel in the first place? Blame it on Grandpa. Hey man, I know I got some old sayings too. My wife look at me sometimes like, what? But yeah, man, gotta love being from the South. You hear some of the best sayings ever living in the South. Oh no, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna do that. All right. So I think what we need to do first is get that basic understanding of where we are, where we want to have, build our confidence up, build our self-esteem, because that is probably the biggest problem that we have in our community. We have a lot of false bravado. People who are faking confidence. They're faking self-esteem. Let me ask this question. I'm kind of ranting today a little bit, so I apologize if you ain't here for the rant. But it's Black History Month. And if we don't care about each other, we don't have conversations about it, who else will? Why do people let themselves go? What y'all think? Why do people let themselves go? Let me paint the picture for you. You're in elementary school, you're in middle school, and you exclusively learning from parents and caregivers. It's not till you get to middle school that you start to see a little bit bigger picture. And then once you get to high school, you are, for all intents and purposes, you are a young adult. And for women, you're hitting your prime as far as your opportunities in the dating space. Women run dating spaces from 18 to like 32. It's definitely been taught that way. It's definitely been taught that way. And if you doubt me, when you on IG and you see all these beautiful women on these exotic beaches, on yachts, I'm pretty sure most of them they don't have a rich daddy. I mean, they might got a rich daddy, but their father wasn't a very wealthy man. Their mother wasn't a very wealthy woman. But because of they were beautiful, somebody said, "Hey, you want to come get on the yacht?" Blaxican says it's all about who you are around and letting in your ear. Yeah. Facts. Facts. That's what we're talking about. Now that we understanding why the personal development journey is so important. As a man in your 20s, you are in your prime athletic season, athletic peak. Your alphaness is in its most prime in your 20s. But you don't really have any value. So people use you. People use it. Kay asked the question, letting themselves go in what week? In what way? I'm sorry. So you're leaving high school now. You are naturally, most times, you're naturally in shape. At least, in my era, it wasn't a whole lot of obese, kids in middle school and high school. Because most people still ate, home cooked meals from the house. They wasn't eating as much fast food. They was more active back in my day, So, you burn more calories and you took better calories in when I was growing up. Now, everything is microwave, everything is fast food. Kids play PlayStation, every moment of their free time, so they're pretty sedentary. They're not getting a lot of movement. But what you would notice is at the class reunion, for those of you who haven't had a class reunion, bear with me. At the class reunions, you start barely recognizing people. Why? Because they've gained a lot of weight, or they've lived a hard 10 years, and there may be some drug abuse in there. There may be something, but they don't quite look like themselves. Their hairline is, which used to be here, now is back here. There's people that start gray early. And then when you look at how they dress, they might dress sharp, but they ain't dressing for their body type now. Still trying to squeeze in something that's a little too, that was 20 pounds ago. You let that one go. They don't know how to wear a suit. They show up in some J's and a fitted, but this is your prom. Everybody's got suits on. It's just like, why do people not develop? Toronto Riggins says, I have seen people in their 40s stop living. I was so confused, like, why are you just 40 and I'm and I'm enjoying my life in my 40s? Because they were taught that 40 was what? Over the hill. Remember when we was kids and people would turn 40 and they'd bring them the little cemetery balloons, the balloons with the little gray headstone on it, and it was like you were over the hill if you were 40. And they literally stopped living. They literally gained 40, 50 pounds and just said, all the hell with it. I'm old now. D-Rob says 10 year was last year. Last year. But what we find is that people get to that 10-year mark and there's been some changes. Some people have gained weight. Some people have, just let them. And some people don't even show up because they feel so bad about where they are, they don't even come. Not that they don't want to see people. They just don't want to feel judged because they used to be this person, but now they've hit some bad patches and they don't want to be judged. So people let themselves go. And when you see a person who's struggling, hold on before I finish that thought. Kay said, for women, our hormones start letting us go. Our prime doesn't last very long physically, especially after kids. Okay, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But the thing is, when you have your confidence intact, when your confidence was built around more or less who you are than what you are, it doesn't affect you quite the same way. Yeah, will you struggle trying to figure out how to drop those stubborn pounds? Sure. Everybody kind of experiences that from time to time. But when it affects the way you walk around, when it affects the way you pamper yourself, do you still get your hair done? Do you still dress to impress? Or are you just throwing on the baggy sweats and letting the hair blow in the wind? I like that. Monique said, Blacksing says, well, I make my gravestone look good. I like Yep. Monique said, we still look good. That chick here says, I don't want to see people. I didn't see half of them when I was in school, so I'm good. I feel all of that, all of that. But basically, what I'm saying is, a lot of people, it's a cry for help for a lot of people. This may be somebody, not just saying strangers, but people that you know, a loved one. Someone who used to be this person or used to be that. And I'm not even talking about weight, because we all gain weight as we get older. That middle-age spread ain't no joke. It's a real thing. Male, and for men and for women. It is a real thing. But what I'm talking about is when a person let themselves go and they just ain't got it no more. They look depressed. They look sad. They look like they're struggling. That's a key indicator of low self-esteem, low confidence, low drive. And those are the people that are in the most need of help. Now, you can't motivate them directly. But when you got your stuff together, when you are who you say you are, because they always watching. So either they're going to be inspired by you or they're going to hate you. One of the two. But hate only lasts so long, because you can only blame a person for your situation for so long. You can only blame your parents for so long before you had to start taking accountability for yourself and your actions and say, you know what? If it's going to happen, it's going to be because I do it. Nobody's coming to save me. My mom used to come save me, but she gone now. My dad used to come save me, but he gone now. I'm 50, 60 years old. It's time for me to start saving myself. Because now look at my children. My children doing what I did. So anyway, once we get past that, I'm ranting today, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm ranting today, man. But I feel differently every year around Black History Month. And you'll hear all the great inventions, the great deeds, the great tasks that our people have done through the years. But you don't really see them getting the results or having the outcomes, primarily because their stuff gets co-opted by other people, because we don't stick together. That chick yell says, sisters, if they didn't go to Shaw, I don't know them. You talking about Shaw in Raleigh? The college? Or just like a high school? What Shaw you talking about? But yeah, Monique said, facts, bro. You got to take accountability for yourself. And so that's why groups like this, channels like this are important. Because if somebody, even if they're just passing through for a minute and they hear something that makes them say, no, middle school, wow, you went way back. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, you don't know a whole lot of people there, right? Oh, man. But yeah, so life is an amazing journey, but we have to be intentional about it, because, good grass don't just grow. It has to be planted. Weeds just grow. You can have an empty field and weeds will start growing. So we've been talking about building confidence, and maybe we'll do a little bit more into this. We already talked about setting clear goals, SMART goals, those specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time goals. I know a lot of people, but just don't fool with them. Oh yeah, I feel you on that. Y'all may not believe this, but I'm a little antisocial. I know I say this, and every time I say it, people are like, no, you're not antisocial. Yes, I am. I am. I tend to stay in my corner. I stay to myself. And so now I'm having, and I wouldn't say it's a midlife crisis, but it's a I know where I want to go, It's a fight. I'm warring between two opinions. So I'm having a midlife identity struggle in the sense that I know where I've been comfortable floating, having success at this space here. But I know I'm supposed to go and change levels. And so how do I change levels being the same person that I was? What do I want more? Is always the question you got to ask yourself. What do you want more? What's going to help you take on the attributes, become the person that you need to become versus the person that you're comfortable being? Because at some point, we'll stop making plans. Once we achieve some goals, we'll just relax there for a few minutes. We'll still live life. We'll do maintenance on our current situations. But what about those other dreams that you have? What about those things you want to do in your community? What about those programs you want to start for little kids, for single moms, for battered women, for guys who just seem lost? Those social programs that's going to make a change in the community. Monique says, well, you have taken the first step of acknowledging it, and now put that work in, bro. Get out of that comfort zone. That's why I say that comfort zone is a trap. It is a trap. It truly is for most people, because life is hard, and we go through storms sometimes that just tear our boats up and washes us up on the shore. And sometimes we just need a break. We need to recover. But we get stuck recovering too long. Sometimes we win. And it was a hard-fought journey. And we go over there, we get mended up, we get our wounds addressed. We get the Tylenol and the ice packs, and we just lay up for a little while. So much so then we stiff. Now we can't move. Or we gain a few pounds. Now we can't do how we used to do it. So when I see people now, my bad, Kay. It wasn't my intention to be in your business. I was actually in my business. So if your business is like my business, message, pay attention. That chick, she joined the club too. So maybe there's something to this. Maybe there is no such thing as a perfect life or a perfect pattern or a perfect person. Maybe we all kind of have the same struggles. Or our people, the people who think like us, the people who move like us. All people ain't my people. Hell, all people ain't God's people, right? Oh, man. And we all got work to do. We all got stuff that we got to unpack. We got to get rid of some of this expensive designer luggage out of our minds and break free. Break free just a little bit. I promise I have been in your journal. I promise. I don't mind nobody else's business. Maybe I should start though. I heard it pay pretty good. But yeah, so I think that's the direction that I really want to go into this year. Is I want to do more, and I've already told you guys that I want to do more speaking this year. I just hadn't really decided on the platform completely, because I'm okay online. I'm much better with people, in person with people, because I can read body language better. I can see the reactions better. And I can feel the energy of a room much better. Kay says, I reached a different level and I was comfortable there and I loved it. Now I'm accepting that I can't stay there and it's overwhelming. Blackskin says, fact, all people, most definitely not my people. Yeah, facts. I want to go back to what Kay's comment, though. She said, I reached a different level and I was comfortable there and I loved it. Shout out. Now I'm accepting that I can't stay there and it's overwhelming. That's an interesting one, Kay. Because I think all of us can relate to that in some form. We get to a place and we're happy there. We're good. But everything is cyclical. So you know change is coming. Change is coming. Now Didi said, "No, you trying to put me? Look at D. Come on now, y'all don't y'all be egging D on, man. Come to Texas and speak then. Well, shoot, send me the invite. Send me the invite, D. Send me the invite. I'll be there. Just send me the invite. Give me some notice first, though." But yeah, so life is cyclical, man. Change is always the only thing we can really count on in life is change. When things are good, hold on, enjoy it, because this change is coming. When things are bad, hold on. Hold on, change is coming. Hold on, change is coming. Oh, he just did. Good barbecue and wings, and I'll take it to the cigar. Bruh. All right, just let me know. Let me get through. Let's see, what we doing next month? All right, we moving. We move this month. We're moving some other stuff next month. Yeah, let me get through March. Let's look at April. Let's do some April, May time frame. Look, I don't know if it's big enough for. I mean, it'd be us in the back of a gas station. I don't know if we're big enough for a conference yet, K. But yeah, there are some designs on that, for sure. There are some designs for that. But I love some good barbecue, some wings, and I wouldn't mind doing a little fishing when I come out to Texas next time. You fish, D? Okay, yeah, this whole show, I don't know what we talk about this show, but it wasn't what I planned on talking about today. But it's Black History Month, and I do get passionate about. I do get passionate about when I see people that look like me, and I see the condition that they're in, because I grew up in those conditions, and I know it's not as hard to get out as we think it is. It's here. It's the mind, man. If the mind isn't right, everything else is pretty much impossible. Oh, snap. D-Ross says, April my B-day. All right. So I'll be 30. Let's go. Hey, man, if I go out there and I'm celebrating with a young gun, I'm going to have to bring me a case. I'm going to have to bring a case and a half of the cat heifer spray. I'm about to bring me a case and a half of the cat heifer spray. Oh, man. But road trip, I like it. I like it. Whew. What time is it? Oh, yeah, it's too late to go into anything else. Yeah. I think I got into 1 point today. But that's good stuff, though. I enjoyed the conversation. I really did enjoy the conversation. I like talking to my people, man. my people, the people who think like me, the people who want the things that I want, the people who are going in the same direction that I'm going. Too many times we do try to attach ourselves to people going in another direction. That's always a toxic environment to be a part of, because there's no balance, there's no stability. People are flighty, and if they're not going in the same way as you, as much as I would love to love you, to love on you, to share life with you, we're two shits passing in the night. It's not going to work. Hitting shots for the whole motivation team, and yes, sir. Oh, man. Say, I gave it up when my grandpa passed away. Sorry to hear that, bro. Wait a minute. Icy hot. How old, ma'am? How old do you think I am? I don't need icy hot. My knees are very good. My biceps are still bulging. My hairline is hanging on by a thread, but it's still there. I don't need no icy hot, ma'am. I mean, not all the time. Not all the time. Maybe once a month I might need some icy hot. Whoa, sir. I don't need any, what? Any hair on, hair on my chest. Okay, from the shots. I'm like, why would you get hair on your, oh, I got you, my bad. It's okay. Take a break from people to better yourself and reach your goals all day long. All day long. But yeah, no, she don't need to get the. I'm a classy man. I'm not only ashy people use icy hot. Yo, only ashy for I use Tiger Balm. Cause I'm classy now. She said, you try to hang with the youngster, you gonna need it. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Look, it ain't many folk I can't hang with. I'm gonna just be real with you. Now you trying to throw WD-40 over. Come on now. Oh yeah, I feel you on that, D. I feel you on that. I do not need no W-40. Look, I learned this lesson a long time ago, and it was from a guy, multi-millionaire. I was a part of this network marketing company, and he used to always say, "I'd rather burn out than rust out." I'd rather burn out than rust out. Meaning, when I go, I want the tank to be completely empty. I don't want to go with, still a whole gallon. You know how you used to fill your car up, then your car break down? I mean, y'all might not be poor like I was growing up. But I used to hate, I had post-traumatic stress. I would always stop at a half tank of gas. I never filled it up. Because every time I seen like I filled my car up, it would break down. The carburetor would go bad, have a blowout. It was something that made I couldn't drive the car. And I used to put all that money in the doggone gas tank. I had a thing with that, man. And so what I discovered, I done been an athlete my whole life. I done been a soldier. I've beat my body up for years. And some days it talked to me more than others. But you know what I found out? The person who never played sports, the person who didn't join the military, the person who sit at a desk all day, guess what they got? They got worse problems than I have. That blows my mind to this day. You don't do anything yet. You got bad back. You got bad knees. You got bunions. What is happening? D said, kick it with me. You definitely need the spray and some Advil. Oh, see, I'm all about that Advil life. Definitely, I'll take the spray too. Oh, she'll let me keep the Tiger Balm. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, my bad. I gotta get permission. My bad. Hey B, D Rob said he's a good influence and he'll have me home on time. Can I go? That Yo said, been there. Pops taught me how to get the gas out the tank. Hey, man. That's a real one right there. That's weird. So more people let it sit. If you actually know how to get the gas out the tank, though, that's a real G right there. That's some G stuff there. Oh, man. Well, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where the time has gone, and I don't really know what this conversation has been about. But what I do know is it's Black History Month, and I'm talking to my people. I think it was a good conversation nonetheless, though. And I want to close out, hey, man, the words of Carter G. Woodson. If you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his action. If you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his action. If you make him think he is justly an outcast, you don't have to order him to the back door. He will go without being told. And if there is no back door, his very nature will demand one. Because it's all about the mind. It's all about how you think, how you see the world, how you perceive life. Oh, snap. I already packed your bag with a gallon of cat heifer spray, Advil, and Tiger Balm honey. That's why I married that lady right there, y'all. Oh, man, that's why I did it, boy. That's why. But yeah, much love and respect to everybody today. It's Friday, Junior, which means tomorrow is Friday. So be safe out there. If you're on the road, if you're traveling, be safe. If you're just going to the office, be safe. Enjoy the day as much as you can. Special shout out to Blaska being back in the building, and then Brick by Brick being back 2-3 days in a row. Much love, much respect. I appreciate everybody that's here faithfully. And we are building a grassroots movement. We are building something that's probably going to take a little time, but when it pops, we're going to change a lot of hearts and a lot of minds. And we're going to be the go-to space for personal development, for family, for fun. And we're going to see our culture change and shift. That is my hope anyway. So, everybody have a wonderful day. As my guy Health Talk says, no matter what, you guys stay up, you be blessed, and we'll see what we can get into on tomorrow. Y'all be good. Much love. Peace.